Hey YouTube, it's me, Don DeMonzane from Dumbest of All Worlds, here to tell you about the top 10 mistakes you're making when filming your movie. I see these more and more nowadays from both amateur and professional filmmakers. If you do them, it might ruin your credibility with your audience and endanger your silver screen dream. So pay attention to these mistakes unless you want to destroy your filmmaking career. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1, not using CGI. I know I'm starting with the controversial one, but hear me out. The quality of movies has always been going up throughout time. Why is that? More CGI. Some people don't like CGI, but nowadays, CGI is better than ever and even superior to real footage. Actors can make mistakes, and sometimes they just look weird. But 3D characters are perfect. Listen, you can plan your shot, your lighting, your composition, all you want in real life, but a computer is just gonna zip, 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 and there you go. Leaving CGI out of your movie is a big mistake. And the more you have of it, the better your movie will be. Personally, I've never even seen a movie that's come out before 2012. I mean, they're frankly not worth watching. The CGI is often either bad or not even there. Mistake number 2, not killing the bad guy. Let me be absolutely clear. In every movie, the bad guy has to die. A movie without death is a movie without life. People sometimes make cool bad guys, and that's alright as long as you kill them. If you don't kill the bad guy, you're sending your audience a message that if they become bad guys, they won't die. And that is socially irresponsible. I have walked out in the middle of movies where I didn't think the bad guy was gonna die. Not only is it boring, it's morally confusing. Mistake number 3, slow pacing. It's easy. Show me the gun, show me the bad guy, kill the bad guy. Ideally, you should be doing this in the first 10 minutes of your movie. Biggest mistake I see amateur filmmakers make is 20 minutes in, I check my watch and no gun on the screen. I hear The Godfather has a gun in the first shot, but I wouldn't even know because it came out before 2012. Look at The Sopranos, it has a gun in the title, so you know it's gonna be good before you even watch it. Mistake number 4, not following the hero's journey. The hero's journey was invented by the geniuses in Hollywood, and it's the perfect storytelling device. It goes a little something like this. You tell me who the good guy is, you tell me who the bad guy is, I watch the good guy kill the bad guy. It's often called a hero's cycle because a good movie will repeat this every 10 to 20 minutes. More complex art house movies have what's called a side plot in between steps 2 and 3, where the good guy has sex. If you do that, that's fine. Just make sure you return the plot to me watching the good guy kill the bad guy. This is mistake number 5. If you have a side plot, you have to have a sex scene. I, as an audience member, need either explicit visual or verbal confirmation that the good guy has sex. Killing the person the good guy has sex with before the bad guy, that's a rookie mistake. If somebody dies, they need to be the bad guy. So if you kill somebody else, I'm going to think they were the bad guy and leave the movie theater. Mistake number 6, not making a sequel. So, your movie did well. Congratulations. Now, I'm going to need a second one, and a third one, and ideally a full franchise. Some people don't like franchises. They say that continuing a story unnecessarily compromises artistic vision and the themes of the original movie, and that franchises are just soulless cash grabs that squash independent creativity in favor of corporate monopolies, and that actually it's very dangerous because that impacts the way that we think and express ourselves as a species. And I say that if you don't like that there's a sequel, it's your fault for liking the first movie. Artsy people say you should just rewatch it, but why would you rewatch a movie when you know the bad guy dies? There's nothing else there. Plus, coming up with a new plot for a sequel is easy. You just start back at the beginning of the hero's journey, take the hero, find a new bad guy, and then kill the new bad guy. When Darth Vader died in episode 4, I screamed in the theater because of how happy I was. Now the sequel comes out, they have him back, and they don't even kill him in that one? Now that is compromising artistic integrity. Mistake number 7, being confusing. Your movie's gotta be cut and dry. If you make a movie and you leave something up for interpretation, you have no balls. Just tell me what you mean. Audiences don't want to be confused or confronted with things they've never heard of. If you're gonna have some science thing that nobody understands, you gotta have some nerd explain it to me in front of a chalkboard. They gotta show me who the bad guy is and how he's gonna die. Sometimes though, a good surprise is great. My favorite twist is from Mission Impossible, because the movie is called Mission Impossible, but he does it every time. That's what we in the industry call a Shyamalan twist. Mistake number 8, not going big. Go big or go home. James Cameron is my favorite director because in that Titanic, they had this huge ship. And then in Avatar, They had a whole planet. Star Wars 9 with all those ships, they were huge. Like, oh my god, how did they do? They're gigantic. So big. Blows my mind. Going to the movies is all about seeing the biggest things you've never seen before. What's the biggest thing you can think of? Put that in the movie. Mistake number 9, not using the right actor. The bigger the star, the better. When I see Tom Cruise on the screen, the neurons just fire in my brain and I can't even focus. That is the ideal movie-going experience, being in a state of delirium and bliss from simply recognizing an actor's face. The Rock is a big guy, and that's why he's the biggest star in the world. That brings us to our 10th and final mistake, the ultimate pitfall of every modern filmmaker, from amateur to professional to Steven Spielberg. And that mistake is not making my movie. I have written a perfect script that ties in all the lessons I've learned as an expert filmmaker, and if done well, could potentially be the best film of the year. I'll give you a little taste. It starts in the middle of the desert. 20 people are gathered in a circle wearing cloaks. The camera pans and shows each of their faces as they take off their hoods. The Rock, Vin Diesel, Beyonce, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Keanu Reeves, Morgan Freeman, Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith, Amy Poehler, Jackie Chan, Adam Sandler, or Rihanna, I haven't decided which one yet, Michael Jordan, Johnny Depp, Robert De Niro, Sammy Sosa, Meryl Streep, CGI Tom Cruise, Super Mario, Steve Jobs, and me, Don DeMonzene. All the celebrities are giant, like 30 feet tall, and they all have guns. It's a tense moment. At this point, you're wondering, like, who's the good guy here? The answer? All of them. But what? Mind blown. But then, who's the bad guy? Jack Nicholson in space. What? They get to the moon, which is absolutely huge. And then they find Jack Nicholson, who's the bad guy.
It's the bad guy.
They open fire, hot lead ripping through Jack Nicholson's body. During this, there's a side plot of CGI Tom Cruise and Sammy Sosa striking up a hot and heavy love triangle on a nearby asteroid. We get visual confirmation and boom, back to the action. They're just blasting the bad guy, who's Jack Nicholson, full of holes for like 5 minutes straight.
Relatively soon, I will die.
It's awesome. The dust settles, and then Amy Poehler makes a little joke confirming the bad guy is dead.
Another problem solved by the hard work of dedicated public servants.
And then the movie ends. Between the star power, incredibly tight dialogue, and the franchise potential, not making this movie would be an enormous mistake. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment below with what you think a movie mistake that people are making is, and for more filmmaking advice, just come over sometime. I think it'd be kind of fun. I, as an audience member, deserve